We are Pop Culturists. I'm Ryan.
I'm Josh.
This is Pop TV. This is our experiment where we take a topic from the pop culture, we slam it under a microscope, and we inspect that bad boy, break it down, see what we can find out of it. Josh, what are we looking at this week?
That was almost good. We are looking at and speculating about the live-action Pokemon movie, which may or may not even exist. But there's rumours, and rumours are fun to talk
Where
about.
does the rumour come from?
Rumour comes from a website, many websites. I should know because I wrote this article. The rumour is, I'll tell you what the rumour is, that Sony and Warner Brothers, and there's another...
And Legendary.
I wasn't going to do that yet. Sony and Warner Brothers and Legendary are all in a bidding war with Nintendo, or whoever the fuck owns the rights, in Japan somewhere, for the rights to make a live-action Pokemon movie.
Yes.
That's the rumour. And the rumour is Legendary is winning that bidding war.
But
Which is a weird political predicament, because Legendary is owned... Legendary Pictures is owned by a Chinese company.
Yes.
And China and Japan aren't fucking friends.
No.
They do not like each other.
Yeah, no, when it comes to entertainment business anyway, well, I'm sure like on other levels as well. But yeah, China has actually stopped a ton of movies airing, like Japanese movies airing in China just because
we don't want to.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting how that plays out. But I don't care about any of that.
We're not here to talk about the facts.
No.
We're here to talk about speculation.
We have sunk so low.
Yeah, we used to be so good. Like, no speculation of the rumor on this channel.
So I got to thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, how in the hell are they going to do this?
Okay.
Because if you think about the Pokemon franchise as a whole, what's the one recurring theme through the games and the animated series, other than the fact that there's Pokemon in it?
Brock wanting to bang any woman in vicinity.
But he's not in all of those series.
That's true, he does leave.
I get it though, because I'd want to bang him too.
What, you want to bang Brock?
I'll take it.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Ash Ketchum.
No, you're not getting it.
Oh.
In every series and every game, there are 8 gym leaders, followed by the Elite Four.
Yes.
Right? And that journey, in terms of an animated series, takes about 25, 30 episodes. In terms of a game, it's about 25, 30 hours. You cannot possibly get all of that. The essence of Pokemon is the gyms and becoming the champion. You cannot get that into one movie. So that says to me that if they're going to do this, they're going to be in it for the long run.
Okay, so we're jumping straight into what you think this movie is going to be.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
No, this is the logistics of how they can pull it off.
Yeah.
And still be faithful to what Pokemon is. Okay. Right. And it has to be at least a trilogy. And I don't even think a trilogy can cut it, because in between all the gyms and all that other stuff, there's always in-between plot points. You know, Team Rocket are effing shit up because they're assholes.
Yeah.
You know, in the later games, there's Team Magma. In the animated series, all this other stuff happens. You know, and all of that is to build relationships with the characters. Right? Would it be cool just to see a Pokemon battle in live action? In live action, yes. But I want to care. Like, do you remember the times in the animated series that you watch from the start? Obviously, not all the way because it's garbage now, but. Like when Ash released Butterfree. Bye-bye Butterfree, that episode. Right?
Yeah.
You were emotionally invested.
I remember that episode.
Charmeleon evolving into Charizard at crunch time. The music. Right? That all meant so much because you had spent so long with these characters that you really fucking cared. And you can't accomplish that in one movie. Not a chance. I want them to be in this for the long run. What about you?
Okay, this is very interesting for me. So, I understand, like, the Pokemon is a massive, huge franchise. And that's how they'll be going into this. No matter who picks this up, whether it be Legendary, Legendary, Universal, Sony or what, whoever picks this up, they're going to want to make a franchise out of it. It's simple as that. Nothing can exist as a standalone movie anymore, and it's disappointing.
And Pokemon has proven, it's been over 20 years, it is a franchise that you can continue.
The reason they would be bidding for it is because they want to make a franchise. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
What I would like to see, I want them to focus on, obviously, the first 150. Seems like a reasonable number. Now, See, I don't even know what I want to see. I've never imagined a live action Pokemon movie before.
And so far, most of the internet, like in the comment sections, we know forum comment sections, but most people are actually against this. They don't want it.
Everyone's against everything. It's the internet.
True.
So
I'll drink to that.
There's a couple of different things. There's a couple of different points that I'm concerned with. Then I think as a whole the community would probably be concerned with. The first one being how they're going to render Pokemon in real world. Are they going to have them as what they would look if they were real? Because they would look pretty horrifying. To be honest,
the artists have done real life drawings.
Yeah, and it looks horrifying.
They look cool, but it's not Pokemon.
Yeah,
per se.
That brings the next one. So, how are they going to do it? Are they going to have a cartoonish style? Are they going to be, look like kind of like a 3D render of like Pokken, but with people? Yeah. Is it going to be like some dumb Space Jam idea that some guy just happens to fall into the world of Pokemon and he's a live action person surrounded by a cartoon world?
I see what you're getting at.
I'm just pitching different things. Yeah. Like that could be a thing, or maybe they go straight up full and then they're like, I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to look interesting. Second thing, this is an issue that same thing along the lines of Dragon Ball Evolution, Avatar: The Last Airbender. When a studio gets on it, they don't give it the respect of the franchise. Whether that be simply as casting a bunch of white people. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, so Brock but don't think for a second that the protagonist is not going to be a Caucasian white male.
Oh, he's going to be a Caucasian
It's a Japanese franchise. But
look at Brock, for example. Brock is, you can just tell by the way he's drawn, he is of an Asian descent.
Yes.
Yeah. Where Ash is a white Caucasian male, but with obviously with the Japanese anime stylings.
I would like to see new characters.
That's my next question. Do they even follow the Ash, Brock, and Misty storyline? See, but the way I imagine it, I think they would do it. Once again, I don't know what I want to see. I imagine them following the Ash storyline, and so they would do Ash, Professor Oak, Brock, and Misty. Like they would do the first two gyms. And the movie would end with the three of them walking down a path.
But even the first two gyms seems rushed, right? Because
there's no other way they could go about it.
I know, but you think, he gets Pikachu, he gets to Viridian City, he goes through Viridian Forest, he fights Brock, he loses to Brock, he goes back to fight Brock again, meets Misty, goes through Mount Moon to get to Cerulean City, finds out Misty's the gym leader. That's a lot for one movie as well.
And because it is a kids' movie, they will do it at 90 minutes, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Will they, though?
But no.
Because the way I look at a Pokemon journey from
getting
your first Pokemon to defeating the Elite Four, that is a Lord of the Rings style journey in terms of length and depth and everything.
And elves.
And Lord of the Rings, of course, was 3.5 hour movies with the director's cut, or 4 hour, whatever they ended up being. So I don't know. Or do they not go that route at all and not have gym leaders?
That's what I'm saying.
An interesting fan theory that was brought up on the internet again, right? This is going way out there, but I thought I'd talk about it anyway, right? The theory is that in the games, your story starts just after a war. Now think about this. You have no father, your best friend's an orphan who lives with his sister. Children are going on a journey around the world. Your mother accepts you as the man of the house making your own decisions. You're fucking 10. Most people you meet are children or gym leaders. Most adult men are either very old or have a job relegated to military or organised crime. Hospitals and gyms are everywhere, but no forms of entertainment such as movie theatres. Quote from Lieutenant Surge in the game. Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? You won't live long in combat. That's for sure. I tell you what kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war.
Whoa.
So the theory is that most adult men have been fucking killed in a huge Pokemon war. It's called the Pokemon War. And it is touched on in some of the later games, but not... Because that's a pretty horrifying, sad, deep, dark story. And there's a couple of books you can read on it in-game about a war, a Pokemon war, but there's no real detail. So it's all kind of speculation, but you take from it what you will.
Okay, going down that path, what if they go super gritty reboot? They're It's dark, it's dirty, you know, it's trudging through Viridian Forest. Pikachu and like a Weedle...
Literally killing the fuck out of other
like a
Pokemon.
Weedle comes up, it poison stings to like his Rattata and he has to hold his Rattata and watch it get poisoned.
Watch it die.
Like its face looks like Joffrey in Game of the Thrones and it dies in his arms. Like, you know,
and Pokemon aren't fainting. They're dying.
Yeah, like wouldn't that just be insane?
But the thing is...
It would suck, it'd be insane.
No, but they could, because all the fans of Pokemon now are our age. Like, I could deal with that. I'd be like, fuck yeah, okay, let's do this. I'm getting over the whole dark and gritty things, but that is something we haven't seen before in that universe. But then, like,
but would it lose all of its charm by
Yes,
no longer being
definitely.
fun and lighthearted?
Yeah. But I think it's going to lose its charm, like you touched on before, of how they render the Pokemon, because they are very cartoony.
They are a cartoon.
And like if you watch the Pokemon Go trailer, for example, where they render in the pocket version of
it's jarring.
Pokemon, it's jarring. It doesn't look right. It doesn't fit. You can tell it's not supposed to be there. It's going to be a really tough thing to pull off.
It's very interesting because when they've done Pokemon movies, it's tackling one particular issue, one particular Pokemon. Like, it's very focused.
Yes. It's not... all the movies are standalone. They're set during certain times of the seasons, but there's no gyms, there's none of that. Not Team Rocket, it's all another issue. A new issue, a new problem to deal with.
If they could do that, would be great, but... There's a lot of world building that would need to be done in order to meet that.
And like I said, Pokemon. I wrote something about this. You can see on the www.thepopculturists.com. I fucked that up. You know where to go.
Popculturists.com.
That one. That Pokemon is all about the journey, and it's not about the destination. It is like you want to see Ash become the Pokemon League champion in however many fucking leagues there are now, but it is about getting there, and that's where all the connection and the world building and all that comes into play. Do you think if they did it, like, you'd have Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny looking exactly the fucking same everywhere?
See, my question would be, would they have Team Rocket? Team Rocket is so silly and campy. Like, do they have a place? Like, and once again, as that I've just watched the Flintstones movie, which embraces its cartooniness. It embraced its cartoonishness. Like, the world is silly and stupid, but it's real and it's reasonably grounded.
Yeah.
Like the story was really boring because that's the biggest problem. Like, they can't just take one episode and extrapolate it into a movie because not a lot happens in a 20-minute episode. Like, and everything closes by the end of it, so there's no overarching.
You think
story.
half of every episode is just dealing with Team Rocket?
Yeah.
Right. They don't need to be there all the time. But having said that, what you were touching on, whether they're going to use new characters or not, I think they have to, because all the voice actors, like, that is Misty, that is Brock, that is Ash, that is Professor Oak, like, that voice is that
but
character.
but we can say the same thing about Batman and how many iterations he had.
True, but this has been the same for 20 years. Like, that's how it was introduced. Fun fan casting from the internet, though, for Pikachu. And this person specifically said they will not go see the movie if this fan casting doesn't happen. Danny DeVito as Pikachu.
Just like him painted?
Plain.
Amazing.
No CG, no costume.
Just him with a tail and be like...
Pikachu.
Yeah. Like, with the glasses that he now has. It's crazy hair.
And the penguin waddle.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm picturing from this series, right, that'll make me fucking cry is like final Elite Four battle or like the 8th gym battle, and just seeing Charmeleon evolve into Charizard on the big screen in CG. Like, that'd be so cool. Like, that, I'd probably tear up. Like,
even if they even if they just remastered the music and make it this nice sort of new age, like, because if they just open the movie, it's
the same as, like, you see Marvel or DC come onto or start like like Star Wars, like the music's iconic. Same with Pokemon, right? That music starts and you go, I'm watching Pokemon in the half second. Yeah. Have the movie start a black room with Professor Oak in the spotlight and just explain what's about to happen.
Oh my god!
With that music. And then
Hi.
fade out to the TV screen. Like, you got Nidorino and Gengar fighting, and then it fades out to that it's a TV screen. Like,
very similar to sort of how the Pokemon Origins TV series. Like they did
did a good job. They just had such a short budget that they had to skip a lot.
Yeah,
right?
they just
so what
kind
the
of
Pokemon Origin, they did, I think it was 6 or 8 episodes? 6, right. And you'd watch the first episode.
I followed the storyline of the game.
You watch the first, you'd watch the second, and you watch the second and you go, wait a second. Like, where's all this bit in the middle? And then they go, like, give you a quick flashes. This is what happened in between episodes. He went to this gym, he fought Misty, he fought Team Rocket again, and now he's here. And then do that. So it skipped through really quickly, which was a shame, because overall the series was pretty good.
Yeah.
And we watched it all in Queensland.
We did.
Instead of doing fun stuff. That's when we were stuck in the house.
Stuck in a house, yeah.
We were stuck in a side topic. We were stuck in a house, starving, needing coffee. We waited like 6 hours for Alistair to get home to take us to get food.
Hey,
the shopping centre is literally like 3 minutes around the corner. Walking. Oh. We shouldn't be left alone as grown-ups. Look, there's not much more to say about it. It's all rumours and speculation. I want this to be handled with care.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
I think it has the option to be something good. Actually, no, you know what? I think no matter what the outcome is, it'll either be an average or a bad movie.
You don't think it'll be great?
No. I might love it, and I guarantee I'm probably going to love it. But
same as Batman v Superman.
Same Batman v Superman. It is that sort of thing. People will be like, it's not what I want it to be, therefore it is a bad movie.
Well, like, what's interesting, like, I told my daughter the other night, she's 11, I said, hey, look, they're talking about making, like, a live-action Pokemon movie. She's like, what do you mean live action? Like, with actors and stuff. She's like, that sounds dumb, I don't want it. I'm like, fuck, she's 11. And she's already, like, someone of her age has gone, I don't want to see that.
But once again, maybe it's just something that simply doesn't need to exist.
Correct. Maybe it doesn't.
Look, could be.
In terms of Pokemon, the animated series, it's well run its course. Like, all the voice actors have changed because they'll hit puberty and they don't sound the same anymore.
You know, it's mostly women that do the voice of Ash, right?
Yeah,
like old women.
But Ash isn't Ash anymore, like voice-wise. A lot has changed. I don't get all these new Pokemon. I don't like half of them. Like, there's a literal garbage can and an ice cream cone.
And a chandelier. But that's enough.
The base 150, keep it at that. 151. Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. What do you think the live-action Pokemon movie will be about?
Or do you want to see it at all?
Yeah, comment below. Let us know. And while you're here, thumbs up, like it, subscribe it.
Oh, we're doing all that.
Yeah. Like it, subscribe it. There's all the links in the description that you need. You'll need Facebook. You'll need Twitter. If you're not a social media person, there's an email there as well. Everything you need is down there. Or everything you need is at one simple place. It is thepopculturist.com. It's this place behind us, but as a website, everything you'll ever need from us is there. I'm Ryan.
I'm Josh.
And we'll see you next week. In that experiment.
An experiment.
Yeah. Results?
Conclusive. Oh, that isn't.